So good afternoon. If you don't know me, I am André Antunes. I'm a distributor of Alan Harper Composites in Brazil. I have been for 10 years, and I'm going to talk about the future of mold construction. Everyone has a problem with molds. It's hard to get hold of good molds and work quickly. Alan Harper is always bringing novelties to the market. I'm going to make a quick comparison here. This is our recommendations on how molds need to be built. If you don't know Alan Harper, he's a British gentleman. He's sitting here with us. He's been developing this technology for composites for 40 years. ITM, light ITM, parts and molds. 14 years ago, he began working with silicon and produced a unique technology, some of you here are familiar with it, for making silicon parts. We've always worked only with silicone to date, not the mold. Scan the QR code to see something of Alan's history. There are 3 episodes on YouTube. I'm going to go through this very quickly. Results achieved with implementing our new mold techniques. Over the last 2 years, we've been present in more than 15 countries in South America, more than 80 new clients met, 30 tons of silicon, 3,750 square meters of silicon or more applied, and 7,500 hours applying silicon. We're proud to say that we're a leader in this Latin American market. There are very few other companies or people doing this. And those who do are not exclusively dedicated as we are. And this is our competitive advantage. But since we also furnish the counter mold and we find difficulty in delivering, we ask the question, what's your time worth? How long does it take you for somebody to develop your mold? And then how long till the part comes back to you? What we want to do is print in 3D. We want greater rapidity in delivering the contra mold. The main problem to overcome is a delay in delivering them. We've got to wait for 90 days for the mold to be ready. 60 days, 30 days, depending on how quickly they work. And once it's ready, it reaches the customer. It's been handmade. And when the person wants to remove the parts, they find that they're not the right size, which adds time. So classical manufacturing is preparing and making the model. That takes 10 to 30 days, depending on the complexity of the mold you're building. As of this model, which takes 10 to 30 days, then you have another 3 days to laminate the mold. This is working on the basis of 1 to 1.5 square meters. Sometimes they're bigger. You have the structuring and finishing, tryout and post-production adjustments. That may take 5 days in terms of finishing, and the time is not, it depends really for the tryout phase. Could be up to 2 months.
Thinking about all this suffering, we see the average of time 30, 60 days to do some molding. We said we cannot continue like that, so we sought technology, and with Fiber Bus, the fiber plant of the Kai Group, we bought a 3D printer, PAK polymer that will work with HDT, 77 HDT of 140 degrees. It will depend on the demand of your need. I want to put that in an autoclave or with a polyester resin and fiber from a 3D model. What is in our booth, E21, this corridor here, was printed in 8 hours, this mold. After 8 hours, there were 6 hours of machining, 16, sorry. I said that I was going to apply gel coat. I took half a millimeter on the surface of the mold to include the gel coat. 24 hours from the 3D loaded into the printer. In 24 hours, you have a mold practically ready in the way we need it. From that on, we did painting. We did ester vinyl, the same we use on our line of customers. So we apply gel with some additives so that we can have good surface and finish, no orange peel, no problem with sanding. 3 days of painting and finishing. So we had the mold ready for the counter mold of silicone. That reduces time considerably. The average time of manufacturing 3D, relatively small mold, less than 7 days. The printer, we are bringing 4 meters by 2. A good quantity of molds and parts can be printed. Some things are more complicated to print depending on the geometry. There are limitations. So it's in a 7-axis arm. It's acceptable that we can print, and we skip from 30 days to 7 days with lower time for manufacturing the mold, more precise. I'm going to scan it. If your 3D has to be good. If it's bad, the mold's going to be bad. But we scan that to prove to you that's what we are giving you is the tool that you have hired. And I don't run the risk of the person who didn't come that week, extended too much here or less there. So I go from a manual process of labor, high labor. I go to a tool that is ready in a couple of days. Material, because they're thermoplastic polymers, 100% recyclable. We have applied gel coats to recycle that mold. I have to machine that outside, it thermofixed, and I had to grind to smaller than 4 millimeters, and I can add the new material and print the mold. So it's circular. I'm circular in my tool, so I don't need to have that corner with 6 million molds abandoned, breeding dengue fever mosquito. So we have to bring the material back and to reduce the cost for next printing, because we can recover a good part of that material. It's flexible in terms of design. It's easier because I put the design there, the printer is going to work. I don't depend on the skill of people who have 50 years experience to do something like that. Low dependence of expert. I still need the printer operator, and I have people to polish the die, but I don't depend on a 40-year experienced employee. I can only do a card, place it on top, and the cost, which is better. What we want to walk the same range of market. The cost of you doing one mold and one model, we're going to give you the model, but we have to have the same cost. We have between 10 and 20,000 real the mold ready in less time and without the need to manufacture the model. That's what I had to tell you. It's our partnership with Fiberbus. We sell this technology to the market. Fiberbus is going to use our equipment for internal use. If you want to go to E21, have a look at our molds, ask questions. You're going to like it. It's amazing. I have tried to bring this technology to Brazil for 7 years. It used to be very expensive. Now it's just expensive. So we're going to start printing. It's ready. And the idea is to move forward. As the silicone technology, we have to innovate to bring what's good. Brazilians are smart, they're able, lots of creative companies have to stop doing more of the same and thinking it's the only way to do it. There are many good things. Let's bring that to our country. Let's evolve. I'm André Antunes. If you want to access my channel to follow Ellen Harper, scan it. That's very quick. That's what I had to tell you. And I can ask any questions. If you want to get to know us, you are invited.